speaking of time, I remember you said PPP stands for player last time. One of the guys on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Mo Fayne, recently got sentenced to 17 and a half years.
Right. For maybe a month's work of spending money?
Yeah.
You got to be the dumbest motherfucker ever.
If that.
And you bought this stuff during lockdown. We talked about it. Where the fuck was you going?
He was buying a bunch of shit that that was taken back from him.
Yes.
And now he needs to do nearly 2 decades in prison.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, listen to what he said now. See, Mo Fayne also made a deal with the prosecutor, right? He took a deal. Guess what? The judge felt this so appalling, he gave him, let me say 8, 9, 10, 11, 6 more years, 6.5 more years. Gave him 6.5 more years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to me very carefully. There's a thing called hustling and being smart. There's a thing called being hustling and being stupid. That's why people got to use common sense. So watch where I'm going with this, Vlad. The government pulled the biggest heist in known to man, history of man, when they dropped the PPP loan. The coldest heist ever. Because out of all the money they gave everybody, they came up with a forgiveness program.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fill the paperwork right, you ain't got to pay back a dime.
If you're legally doing it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about illegally. The guy, Mo Fayne, was a fool.
Yeah.
He could have did this the right way. Let's say that he lied no, he did lie. But let's say you went out and got the employees.
Mm-hmm.
Watch where I'm going now. He got the employees and fired them later.
Oh, that's what he did?
No, I'm saying if Peter did that. Yeah. Because you know who did that? American Airlines, United Airlines, all the big companies in this country who got a PPP loan that the government gave you money to keep your employees working. Yeah. And what did they do? They fired everybody.
Yeah,
and kept the money.
He has been ordered to pay $4.5 million
after 17 years. No, he got to do the 17. Then he got to pay that.
Yeah, he's got to pay that back. And he just bought jewelry and cars.
Right.
With that shit.
And here's the thing. What people don't understand. See, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. When you on probation and you owe that kind of money, they monitor you around the clock. Like it's still going to be like he's in jail to the day he dies.
Listen, he is 38 years old. He's going to get out if he's lucky at 55.
Man, and that's still young. If he takes cancer, it's still kind of young.
But listen, I'm going to say for everyone who's watching this, I'm 48 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I could clearly say my 40s have been the best time of my life.
Absolutely.
My 40s. These young kids are going to say, oh, but 40s, your life is already over. Who cares? No, my 40s were better than my 30s. We're better than my 20s. We're way better than my teens.
And what did I tell you on the show long ago? If your life's not getting better as you're getting older, something you're doing wrong.
Mo Fayne is going to spend his 40s in a dirty prison cell with a bunch of men who are all criminals.
Now, you see, that's Fed time too, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So at least Fed time, he got a little break because the food is different. They have gyms in there for you. And if he has a good lawyer, you can really pick the prison you want to go to.
I mean, how's he even paying for this lawyer?
Most likely he probably got a public defender.
Probably.
Because if you got any kind of money.
Yeah, imagine stealing $4.5 million and getting a public defender. Imagine that.
Man.
Imagine that. You done stole $4.5
and here's the lick, go right? You get $4.5 million. Let me tell you something. If I got $4.5 million off the PPP loan, I'd have nickel and dime that thing for the rest of my life. I'd have got a job. I'd have took 100 here, maybe 500 here, and I'd rather know I got it than to have a car sitting outside that's gonna depreciate, have a watch that nobody don't really give a fuck about.
Yep.
Don't know. To all the material things, ladies and gentlemen, nobody cares.
It's not enough to do prison time over. Listen, I like material shit as much as the next man.
Right.
I'm not going to say that I don't. But
no, but it's nice that you have it.
It's never enough. It's never enough to go to prison.
Never going to go to jail.
I will tell you that. And listen, when I was broke, I presented myself like I was broke.
Right.
When I got some money, I slowly, you know what I mean? Like, I remember the first time I was able to buy some Gucci shoes.
Right.
I'm like, shit, for years I've been wanting a pair of Gucci shoes.
Right,
I finally got enough money. Like, you know, I've been going to Foot Locker buying in the clearance section all these years, struggling, you know, but I wasn't sitting there going like, all right, well, in order to get these Gucci's, I got to do some scams and some crimes and whatever. And then you do all that shit for some Gucci shoes? The fuck wrong with you?
Yeah, I got friends in jail now doing 18 years because they stole credit cards and going to the stores just to buy belts and pants.
Right.
And you know how for $18,000, that's what they went to prison for, and they got 7 years for $18,000.
Yes. Think about how much income they lose during each of those 7 years.
Man.
Let's just say they're making minimum wage. Right? You're making $20,000 a year. That's just 1 year of not being able to work.
Right.
Where you just lost that $18,000 that you just gained.
And mentally, that has to do something to you to know you in jail for $18,000. Like, how can you have a conversation with somebody else, right? Because if you love yourself, you know anything about life, and you say, I'm in here for $18,000.
Crazy.
That'll kill me.
Yeah.
That would take my soul.